What is cracking YouTube? It is rchizzle here. Nope, it's the Special 7. But we're playing rchizzle against him in an NU match. We actually had, this is our second match, because our first one was like an Ubers match, and it really was spectacular. But with me and my unlucky Wi-Fi, of course, it would disconnect on the last turn, honestly. We've got an NU match here. We've both got those Ampharoses, which is awesome. He's got a Marowak on his team, which is going to be pretty scary, and he's also got Spindo, which is Uber, you know, if you've seen Dennis's video. But anyway, I just decided to lead off with Licky here because, you know, he's just a bulky guy. He can pretty much take anything and deal with it accordingly. I see a little Shuppet. I think it might be a Violite, but it actually has a Focus Sash, and I went for the knockoff there. So now he's got no Focus Sash, and he can't live those hits anymore. But yeah, that was really crucial. And he ended up setting his Trick Room up. Now he goes for a Destiny Bond, expecting me to kill it with something, even though I'm like really weak. I'll go for the Dragon Tail, just get him out of there. Send in his Marowak, and that was just the thing I didn't want to run into because those things are so strong. But luckily, Licky, with all that HP and like some little bit of mixed defenses or whatever, he's able to take that that stabbed boomerang and Dragon Tail that thing out before it can hurt him. And now he's got his little friend sheep out here, which has too many letters for its nickname because there's all these question marks all over the screen. So you might want to fix that rchizzle. Oh, and I lived that with 5 HP. Get off that rest. Very crucial, very nice. If he went for the Focus Blast, it probably would have killed, but that was just, you know, he's going for accuracy over power, I guess, on that turn. See, now he goes for it, but he misses, and I'm able to rest talk. I'm just like, please don't pull rest, please don't pull rest, and I get the Dragon Tail. So that thing's going out of there. I'm just shuffling his pokes around. He brings out his Shuppet again, his Boppet, and I guess, did you guys ever play that game when you were growing up? Like, it's got like the same colors pretty much as it, the little green and the yellow and the purple there. But anyway, I'm just gonna knock off that thing since I'm faster than it, I believe. And then he gets to set up his Trick Room since he lives with a -2 HP. So, I gotta switch out because I don't want to get Destiny bonded and have this thing die. Switch out to my Pine Soul because, you know, rchizzle, he's a partner, and he's like, yo, we need to do some product placement. And I'm like, okay, I'll bring my Pine Soul. So Pine Soul gets to set up his Stealth Rocks because, you know, why would I want to kill him when he's gonna Destiny bond me? Now he goes for a taunt here, and let's see, what did I use? I don't know. I decided to withdraw him since although my only attacking move is Rapid Spin, obviously can't hit him. And so I send out my Altaria here, who has that Cloud9, blocks his Sunny Day, so now his Slow King here can't get its Chlorophyll boost. And I don't really have anything to hit this guy with actually, so predicting like an Ice Beam maybe, I switch into my Lapras, but he makes a double switch out to his Shuppet, who dies to rocks. I guess he was just seeing what I wanted to do, scouting if I had like Toxic or anything, which I really should have on this thing, considering it's an NU and you need that Toxic and NU for all these bulky pokes. But anyway, now it's my Lapras versus his Slow King. I don't know what this thing's doing. I'm suspecting it's like a bulky one with Toxic or something, and so I'm expecting him to Toxic me, which won't be a big deal because I got the rest, you know. I'm gonna set up my curses, but he actually sets up a Trick Room, so I'm like, oh snap, is this guy offensive? What is going on? So I've got those curses going. We're thinking that I might be faster after 2 curses. He goes for a Nasty Plot, and I get my second curse up here right now. So we're in the Skype chat like saying back and forth, oh yeah, you're probably gonna outspeed me now. I'm like, yeah, I probably am. But you know, this thing isn't a minus speed nature, which might actually be helpful if it's gonna be cursed. I don't know, catch Trick Room teams off guard. But yeah, he ends up getting a Fire Blast off before I can use that Waterfall on him, and I hoped that the Waterfall would do a little bit more, considering that Slowbro or Slowpoke he's like less physically defensive, but it really doesn't do that much, only does like a quarter. So I'm gonna have to curse up like another time if I want this, if I want to outspeed him and if I want to do more damage. So I get the little extra curse off. He got another Nasty Plot, which is really crappy. Those Fire Blasts are gonna be hurting a lot now. And luckily though, I have the Shell Armor ability because I figured if I'm getting all these defense boosts and all that, I don't want someone to crit and just go through all those, so I think Shell Armor is a little more useful for a curse set, or like a set that's boosting up a lot. So yeah, his Fire Blast hopefully doesn't crit, or hope that I get a flinch on him with my Waterfall, and it does a little bit more now. Actually now it's doing a quarter, it was probably doing less a little bit earlier. And he's just setting up. I think he's like +4, +6 now. So Fire Blast is gonna hurt a lot. I'm going for Waterfall. Come on, flinch, 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 flinch. And he gets off his Fire Blast. But he misses. Alright, cool. So Lapras can probably take him out with another Waterfall. Or at least put him at low HP so that he'll like die from an Ice Shard or something. He actually switches out getting that regenerator HP, you know. And I'm just gonna hit this little Chimecho with the Waterfall, and you know he's not gonna take it too nicely. So it looks like maybe another one would kill him. I thought an Ice Shard would be able to take him out, but it doesn't. And so he's able to just hit me with a Psychic, which does not do as much damage as he thought it would. I don't know what he's expecting from a Chimecho. I gotta look that thing up and see what its special attack is. He says it has a lot, but you know Lapras is pretty bulky, so you can take those hits. Like all the curse sets are most likely max special D and max HP. So sorry there, rchizzle, just took out your Chimecho. Now he sends out his Ampharos here, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna use that Thunderbolt. You know, I can probably live it because Lapras is just so bulky, and Ampharos isn't really considered that much of an offensive poke. And I do take it, get off the Waterfall, and if this doesn't kill him, I can finish him off with an Ice Shard. But I think it does take him out, so that's really great. Lapras, Curse Lapras, you know, doing some work. Took out like 2.5 of his guys already. And he's gonna send out his Spinda here, and I was like, whoa man, what the heck, why are you bringing Ubers to NU? Didn't you see Yellow Swallow's video? You know, Spinda's Uber now, alright? And he's just like, you know what, I'm sorry. But it's okay, I decided to play with it anyway. And he ended up taking out my Lapras, since the Ice Shard could not take him out. I think I should have saved that Lapras for later, because it is the only thing on my team now that has priority. And I did not see his Sucker Punch here. He used Sucker Punch, and I didn't register it in my brain. So I was thinking he has Superpower. What are his other moves? And so I used Flamethrower here. He uses Wish, so I'm assuming he has a Protect to go with his Wish. So on this next turn, instead of just going for another Flamethrower and like getting him lower, I go for a Cotton Guard. But he actually doesn't have Protect. His moves are Return, Superpower, Wish, and Sucker Punch. And I forgot about that Sucker Punch like this whole time, because I would have just been spamming Flamethrowers during those wishes instead of like using a non-attacking move on the second turn after his wish. But anyway, since we can't really do too much damage to each other, this is going to be a nice little long stall war between Spinda the Great and Altaria the Not So Great. Luckily I have that Cotton Guard though to help me take those physical hits, and we're going to speed this up. So eventually we keep doing Flamethrowers, and he's getting stat raises with those superpowers, which really wasn't smart of me. I probably should have left Grovyle in there to hit him with like a Acrobatics, the Flying Gem Acrobatics, and get that damage on him so that he would be low before he got all these defense raises. I was just an idiot and let him get like to +6 pretty much. We were both hoping for hacks. He was hoping for crits. I was hoping for like crits or burns. I guess I could have been going for Ice Beam. I should trade out Ice Beam on that set for Toxic though, because you know Toxic and Flamethrower is a good combination. Anything that doesn't get hit by Toxic can get hit by Flamethrower, and anything that doesn't get hit by Flamethrower can be hit by Toxic pretty much, unless it's a Heatran, but that's OU. So yeah, Rufio comes in, he just gets taken out by Sucker Punch, +6, you know, doesn't even matter if he gets a crit or not. I send out Ampharos here, thinking I would be slower. He thought I'd be slower too, but I ended up outspeeding him because I've got some speedy Vs apparently, and that saved me from being swept by a Spinda. And now with that +1, I'm gonna hit him with that hidden power. He lives it with a little smidgen of HP, gets off his Boomerang, which is a real clean 2-hit KO, or 1-hit KO if you're counting it just as one move. But anyway, all I've got left is my Pineco and my Licky Licky. It's not really looking too good because his sloking is definitely something to be worried about. I ended up pulling the dragon tail on there, which was pretty lucky because I don't think he would have died from a knockoff. So he sends in this guy, he gets his nasty plot. I sent him my pine soul to set up this light screen, and what I should have done is just switched out right after I got the light screen up to Licky Licky to try and get some knockoff damage on him, because that's really the strongest move I have against him. But I let him hit me and break my sturdy, which is too bad because this guy could have been useful later on. Like if I had him at sturdy and he used a fire blast, I could have used the pain split and hurt that guy a lot. So I sent in my Licky Licky here. He's really not going to be able to do much other than like knockoff is his best move pretty much because it gets rid of those leftovers and it's double effective. But I get Dragon Tail, and look how much that does. So this game is really not looking in my favor. Looks like his Slowking is going to be able to clutch out this match. So great game, Ryland, aka rchizzle9. I'll make sure to put his channel link and his Facebook link, if you don't know about that, in the description. He's a great battler, and yeah, thanks for leaving all the likes and comments. I love reading those. There's also my previous upload up here, which is against Leo, aka 6foot Hacks. It's a very good battle. His side is also really good, so check those out. And I think that's all the plugin I can do for one outro. So I'll see you guys next time. Oh no, I forgot to say deuces. Deuces.